Right, before we move on to the next stage, I'm going to highlight my bottom black object, hit my Shift key and hold it down, highlight the top black object and tell it group. Then I'm going to highlight the bottom object, highlight the top object and tell that group 2. All those parts are down here in my parts bar, and I can edit any one of those parts without ungrouping by simply clicking on one of them. It brings that up, I right click in there and I tell it edit, and it will allow me to edit it. I don't want to edit it, so I'll just tell it generate stitches. There we go. Okay, now it's time to start on the flowers. But to do the flowers, we're going to make a separate design, and you're going to merge that design into this one. So we need to open a new design, and first of all I'm going to save this one so as we don't lose it, and I'm going to say new. I've gone into edit, preferences, and I've set myself up a work area of 30 millimeters. That's 3 centimeters. It's about 1.25 inches, I think. So I'm going to tell that cancel. I then go to image, import, and I want my Boolean rows image. Do you want it to fit my current hoop? Yes. And there is my Boolean rows. I go to edit. No, I don't. I go to image, sorry. Background filters. And I pale down that image. Let me just move that. Yeah, that will do. Tell that apply. And I'm going to, this is already heavily magnified, but I'm going to magnify it a bit more. And I left click on it with my magnifying glass, and I'm going to drop my magnifying glass off, and I'm going to pick up my satin column tool, option B, curve node selected, and we'll deal with the parameters when I have finished the pieces that I want to do. I'm going to lay my first node here. And this is going to be our padding for our rows. It's our underlay. And then we shape up our shape so as we've got a scaled down version of what our top one will be like. Actually, that's too far up there. There we go. And we do this to give a nice area of loft to our design. Then I go and I pick up my outline tool, border tool, line stitch tool, whatever you'd like to call it, hit my numeral 3 key. That lays my first node for me, exactly on top of my exit node. And I'm going to run that one to there. And that will act as an edge run stitch for me. I don't want it quite so close to the edge. There we go. Until that finish object. Go back and pick up my satin column tool. Hit my numeral 3 key. There's my first node. I lay my second node at a slight diagonal to the first one. And then click in my shape where I want it. And I finish it before I get to the end there. Now all my nodes are in, and I have to reshape these nodes to give me the curves. Okay, I've reshaped my nodes. I tell that finish object. I go and I pick up my run line tool again. I hit my numeral 3 key. And I just take a travel line up into this one. Tell that one finish object. And go and pick up my satin column tool, hit my numeral 3 key, and lay my nodes again. Okay, all those nodes are in, and I want that curve shape, so I move my circle nodes to give me the curves. Okay, my curves are all sorted out. Oh, how I wish they were. Oops, no, don't like that one there. Finish object. I highlight the top one, I hold down my control key, I highlight the next one, and then I highlight the third one. I right click into the bottom, I go parameters, I want straight up and down, I don't want the underlay, so I get rid of all the underlay, and I don't want auto corners, and I want a density of 5. So I enter that. I tell that OK, generate stitches. There is my padding come underlay.